But then it all turned sour and people started getting killed. And neither he nor his cronies wanted anything to do with that, so they fell out from the gang and fled.
Fell out? Yeah, there was a body found in the woods by Neuhoff.
That would explain something. Lubos kept jabbering that he wasn't a murderer, that he didn't want to do it.
So I know that Lubos killed the murderer and he's dead too. The trouble is, I need to find the ones who are still alive. I need names and places. Did he mention any of the others?
Only nicknames. Talked about some fella called Riki from Ledechko, Pius, Timmy.
Pious. That lot are about as pious as I am ordained.
Nonsense. You would make an excellent priest. And anyhow, with your skills, you ought to be able to sniff out this Riki from Ledechko, right?
Well, we'll have to now. There's not much else to go on. Let's hope he's not hanging from the wall, too.
Indeed. And I'd hate to be excommunicated for nothing. Anyhow, good luck. You watch out for yourself. These people clearly mean business. And I'd like to raise a tankard with you again sometime.
Yeah, I'll try. Although I'm not sure I'd survive another night of your debauchery.
And if anyone should ask, you heard nothing from me. I'll deny everything.
I don't doubt it.
Are you serious?
Lord Almighty.
I'll have to get something to...
Did I tell you about my wife's lace making?
No, I didn't know she did that.
She only
There's nothing to it. Hey, watch it. Folks these days. I've got...
What is it?
It's just that you look like someone who doesn't mind a bit of adventure. And I could use a man like that. It's like this. I know of the whereabouts of some treasure. Well, treasure is a lofty word. Simply hidden valuables. And this information I can share with you for a certain price.
Sounds a little fishy to me. How do you know about it?
Well, I helped this merchant out, see? His wagon got stuck in the mud, and in return, he shared it with me.
He told you where he had money hidden. That sounds unlikely.
The thing is, at the time, he wasn't quite alive, see?
What?
I mean, I found the merchant dead in his wagon. So me and my cousin freed the wagon, and as I was helping him into the grave, we dug... Well, my hand accidentally slipped inside his coat and caught hold of this parchment with something scribbled on it.
Right. No beating about the bush. I don't get it. Why don't you just get the treasure for yourself?
The thing is, it's a bit out of the way. And with all that's happening in the country, the roads ain't safe. Never mind the forests. So I'd rather leave the joys of exploring to someone bolder than me.
I've no time for such tall tales.
No time for wealth? Better go and join some mendicant order then, friend. Ha!
Jesus. Not as shallow as it looks. I'll have to get something to eat. I'm starting to get hungry.
Hey, Mama. Ever looking from distance?
I'm looking for someone they call Riki.
That's the Tanner's son, Hinek.
Where can I find him?
Hard to say. He's not around here much. Thank God for some more blessings. He could try his folks' place.
What can you tell me about this Hinek?
What can I tell you? No, he's none too popular. No one cares to talk to him.
Why not?
Well, I'm not one to gossip, but I heard he keeps bad company.
What's the Tanner like, Hinek's father?
The less I see of him, the better. He's not exactly sparkling company.
Why do they call him Riki anyway?
Why do you think? Because he's a tanner, of course.
So why don't people like him?
The old tanner's not an easy man, but a son should never let his father down. Hinek does nothing to help. He's always far too busy with his own affairs, though I wouldn't like to say what those are.
And does no one at all talk to him?
That harlot Adela hangs around with him, of course.
Harlot?
She works as a bathhouse wench. Same thing.
Aren't you the cur that owes Peshek money? Until you pay up, you'd best stay away from every mill.
Here, enjoy it.
Hey!
Here, just as you ordered.
What the hell
Damn!
are you doing?
Haven't guessed what I'd like to do with you.
Why don't you just surprise me? Be a bit more careful.
Surprised a wench as experienced as you.
Hey! Wouldn't you like to have a bath first?
What for, my little
Be a
boy?
bit more careful.
Don't you like my manly scent?
Manly? You stink like a wild boar.
Anyone asks, I wasn't here. My wife would throw a fit if she knew.
I heard you've been seeing Hinek, the Tanner's son.
So what? Come to preach at me, have you? That I'm a loose woman, a sinner, that I seduce decent men?
What are you gaping at? You paid?
I just wanted to ask you a few
Get
questions.
lost.
It's not my business how you live your life.
I'm glad to hear it. Some folk don't care for the way I make a living.
I can imagine.
So what about you then? You look a bit careworn. A bath with a bit of company might do you good.
My wife would throw a fit if she knew I was here with you young wenches.
Maybe later, sweetheart. Right now, I have some questions to ask.
Ask away then.
Gaping at? You paid? No. Get lost.
Where can I find Hinek?
I haven't seen him in the village for a few days. He must have run off to the woods again.
Does he do that often?
From time to time.
What the hell does he get up to there?
And get lost.
I don't know.
What are you staring at? The baths are for paying guests, not idlers with nothing better to do.
Look, Hinek's my friend, and I really need to know where he is and what he's doing.
But I already told you I don't know where he's got to.
So I suppose he just goes to the woods to pick mushrooms, does he?
Mushrooms, no. More like hares or other game.
So Hinek is a poacher? That's no surprise.
Well, he was never much of one for an honest trade.
Do you know exactly where he goes? Maybe he has some favourite spot he might have told you about?
He said he has some hideout in the woods, but he didn't tell me where.
I need to know more about that hideout.
I really don't know where it is. I only know when he came back, he usually came to see me.
I see.
You can't pay for a bath, clear off.
How did you know he'd been to the woods?
He always talked about what he caught, and he never came to me at other times. Probably didn't have the money for it.
You can't pay for a bath, clear off.
Do you know who he sold it to?
He never told me straight up. But who could he sell it to? The innkeeper, I reckon. It makes sense.
For sure.
Sir, this is a bathhouse, not a brothel.
Nevertheless, a whore is a...
Do you know what route he took? At least the general direction. Anything that could help me find his hideout.
I think he usually went through the woodcutter's camp, 'cause he always brought me freshly chopped firewood, and he had wood chips on his boots.
Good. So at least I know where to start.
No, and get lost.
Come more often.
What are you gaping at? Are you paid? No, and get lost.
Hey! What do you want here? Hop it or I'll call a guard.
What's that?
Who is it?
My respects to you, sir.
I want to ask about the courier's son, Hinek.
But ask someone else. I have nothing to do with Riki. He'd only drive my customers away.
I'd like a bear.
Really? I heard a different story. I heard the two of you do business together.
Who are you, anyway?
A friend of
I'll bring
Hinek's.
it right away.
He's gone missing and I need to find him.
I don't know where he is. But if you find the bastard, tell him he still owes me some goods.
I don't give a damn what deals you've been doing together. I won't tell anyone. I just need to know where Riki is. It's urgent.
What have our deals got to do with where he disappeared to?
More than you think. It's likely Riki is hiding out at his poaching lair. And believe me, it wasn't hard to find out who was buying game from him, and it's even easier to go to the castle and tell them. Poaching's a crime, after all.
All right. But give me your word of honor you won't tell anyone about our deal.
You have my word.
Fine. So, what do you want to know?
I hear Hinek has a hideout in the woods he uses for hunting game. Do you know where it is?
Not exactly. That is... I don't know where it is at all.
But
I happen to know it's a dark place, a cave or an old mine shaft.
how do you know that?
Whenever Riki was going poaching, he always came to me first for candles and lamp oil. He brought the game skinned and gutted, so we
Here,
had to have a light for
enjoy
that.
it.
How much game did he bring you?
Not much, a few pieces. There's no great demand here. Sometimes the gentry has something, otherwise it ends up in sausages.
And do you know of any mine shafts nearby?
There's a few of them around. There's one on the opposite bank, a short way off the path leading from the forge to the west. Then there's a mine gallery to the east of the village, up in the woods above the cliffs. And I heard there's one shaft on the headland close to the water.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Watch you don't break your neck, though. It's rough ground, and you could easily fall down a shaft.
Here!
Are you serious?